Hey guys, my name is Danny and I'm your life and a relationship coach. And I wanted to talk about easy to apply love advice for men in a relationship. So men, pull out your notebooks, grab your pen, take notes, because this is going to be important for you to understand how to navigate a relationship and how to connect with a woman. So the first thing that you want to do, the first thing that you want to take into consideration is listening to understand. So many times in my one-on-one coaching sessions, especially with couples in particular, I find that people sometimes just want to argue to be right. And the reality of the situation is that it's going to get nowhere. You will hit a brick wall every single time. So make sure you are actively and consciously making the decision to listen to your partner in order to understand where they are coming from. That does not mean that you have to agree with them, but that also means that you have to put yourself in their shoes. That means that you have to process what they are saying and try to understand at a deeper level what emotionally they are trying to, the information they're trying to relate to you. So what does that look like? If you don't necessarily understand where they are coming from, that is okay. But in regards to empathy, you can still say, look, I don't 100% understand what you're feeling, but what can I do to help you? How can I support you? Is there anything that you need me to do in order to make you feel more comfortable or to feel more safe or to feel like you can share more with me? That is an understanding man. That is somebody who shows that they are invested in the relationship and they care about their partner. And to be honest with you guys, one of the things that women tell me all the time is that they feel like their partner does not understand them. So if you are already able to tackle this one thing, you're leaps and bounds above many other guys. So keep that in mind. You want to listen to understand, not to be right. Step number 2, or tip number 2, be romantic. Your woman wants to feel desired, right? And oftentimes what happens is that when we get into a relationship and we fall into a routine and we get comfortable with our partner, the intimacy and the romance and the flirting goes out the window. That is the first thing to go. And I understand there's a lot going on, right? So you're having to focus on work, you're paying the bills, maybe you are raising children, there's duties around the house, there's just so many different things that are building up and the relationship takes a back seat. Don't do that. Make your relationship a priority. Consciously make the choice to make your woman, to make your partner a priority. So what do I mean by be romantic? Do things that you know are going to make her feel desired and wanted. Send her flowers to her work, or just come home with flowers after you get off of work. Cook her favorite meal so when she comes home, it's ready for her. Take her on that vacation that she's always wanted to go to. Buy her that handbag that she had mentioned 6 months ago and thought that you forgot about. Get her favorite chocolates. Book a weekend trip so that you guys can spend some time together. The list goes on and on and on. And to be honest with you guys, if you guys say, I don't really know how to be romantic, that's an excuse. You can go on Google and you can look up 100 ways to be romantic. And you have an entire list that you can utilize in order to practically apply this tip or this strategy, right? So be romantic. Make it a conscious choice. The third thing is be patient. You know, how many times do we go to the grocery store with our wives or our girlfriends, or we go shopping with our wives and our girlfriends and we're rushing them and we're saying, come on, hurry up. I want to get home. I want to blah, 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 blah. And the reality is you go home and you sit on the couch and you watch TV. So instead of getting frustrated, instead of getting upset, change your mindset and your perspective. Look at it like you're spending quality time with your girlfriend, with your wife, with your spouse. This is something that she enjoys. Enjoy what she enjoys. I'm not saying that you necessarily have to take up the shopping as a hobby, but just spending that quality time with her in an environment that she is enjoying and she is happy in and she is comfortable with is an opportunity for you to be able to build more of a connection and more of a bond. So again, being patient is also about being patient with yourself, understanding what makes you tick, understanding what your frustrations are, what your triggers are, and working through them and giving yourself the time and the space to be able to work through them. So patience with yourself and patience with your spouse, with your girlfriend, right? The fourth thing, and this is more so of a pro tip for you guys, so get ready to take notes again. You know, this is the important part, is remember the small details. Oftentimes we think that we have to do these grandiose gestures in order to really impress our wife, our girlfriend, our spouse. And the reality is that the small details are really what count. So if you are, shopping with your girlfriend, as I had mentioned before, and she mentions something that she really liked, but you guys don't buy it, take note of it. If there is a place that she had mentioned 7-8 months ago that she really wants to visit, like a new restaurant that just opened in town, and you guys haven't had the opportunity to, take note of it. So that later on down the line, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months down the line, when you surprise her with that thing, trust me, she's going to remember that she had mentioned that 6-7 months ago, 3, 4, 5 months ago, and you remembered. That will give you so many brownie points. So really, it's just about the small details, because that shows her that you are invested in the relationship, that you are listening to her, which is one of the things that we talked about, right? Listening to understand, not to be right. And it also just makes her feel desired and that you are committed to the relationship. And the last and final thing is don't be controlling. Allow her to have her sense of independence. Allow her to preserve her self-identity, just like you want to be able to have your own independence, right? You want to be able to go and hang out with the buds and your dudes and have fun and maybe, go out for some drinks or play pool or go bowling or whatever the case may be. You want to be able to maintain that sense of independence. So why wouldn't you allow your girlfriend to have that sense of independence as well? She is her own person. And oftentimes what I find is men who do not want their women or their wives or their girlfriends or their spouses to have lives of their own. That's your own personal insecurities. That's your own ego. That's not her problem. That is your problem. So whatever you need to do in order to deal with that. So if you have to, you really dive in deep and understand what's at the root of that. What's at the root of that insecurity? Is it because you were cheated on before and you have trouble trusting people? Is it because you cheated yourself in a previous relationship? So you're hyper conscious and aware of certain, signs that you may be overthinking. At the end of the day, like I said, that's more of a self-reflection thing. That's something that you need to focus on and that you need to work on, because that's not her problem. And if you put that on her, then that becomes a big issue in the relationship. And what will end up happening is that you guys will fight and the dynamic will not be what you want it to be. If you like this video, please make sure you hit like or subscribe down below. I love having open dialogue with people. So if this is something that you related to, if this is something that you got something out of, or maybe you think I missed something, please leave your comments down below. I love to read the comments. If you just want to know a little bit more, you want to dive in a little bit deeper, you can visit us at happilycommitted.com, where we have a multitude of different articles and blogs and videos that you can utilize. If you want to book a one-on-one coaching session with me, or with any of the other amazing coaches that we have on the team, you can also book directly through the website. Again, my name is Danny. I'm your life and relationship coach. Hope you guys are staying happy and healthy. See you guys soon.